listening to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. Right in front of me is my man Winston. And we're running a little late.
Yo.
It is no one's fault here, but it is the Grand Poobah's fault. Is it Grand Poobah or Poobah? It's the Grand Poobah's fault.
Yeah, I think that sounds cooler.
I'm blaming this dude. He's all 3 o'clock, strict on the dot. We got a nice tight schedule today with interviews and another podcast. And this man had the audacity.
Yeah. Sorry, we're up and running though.
Hey, yeah, we're up and running.
We're here. We missed last week.
I'm just trying to make it bigger than it is. It really isn't that big of a deal.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. Dude, the Golden State Wars.
Oh yeah.
The Golden State Wars. They won last night. We got Dave in the jersey.
Got the clay drip.
Got the clay drip. We got UNCU Boulder drip.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude.
they just
Deion
signed-
Sanders.
That prime drip.
They just signed a top 10 recruit for basketball in the nation. Cody Williams, I believe.
Damn, that's that's the power of Deion Sanders. It's trading to other sports.
Yep.
Wow.
Fire. I don't know.
That's so crazy.
When's the last time we had that as a CU basketball program?
Never.
Probably never.
Damn, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Got me in the Nuggets hat. Got me in the nut. Dude, come on. Timberwolves, get out of our way.
Yeah.
You know, even though it was a close game, whatever. Don't matter. Look at the first game. Look what happened in the first game.
First game was an ass whooping.
Whooping.
Second game was looking like an ass whooping, and then y'all had like a 19.
Started dropping the ball.
Y'all had a 19-point lead, and then they managed to take the lead. The Timberwolves did because fucking what's his name could not miss for the whole second half.
He was just going off,
Edwards.
dude.
Yeah.
They had a 40-point second quarter where they shot 80% from the field.
That's what I'm saying.
80% from the field.
But that being said, give it up for playoff Jamal.
Yep.
Stop saying bubble. He clearly is capable of this.
He's doing it, dude.
Just period.
He's doing
Can he sustain it? I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I think he will, of course.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And this is going to make Jokic so much fresher in the later series.
Yeah.
Picking it
He
up
should.
for him.
I mean, it's pretty tough going against Gobert. I mean, we got Nuggets have a game tonight in Minnesota. Starts at like 7:30, I believe.
Oof.
Should be a good
Gonna
game
be here.
because the momentum is with the Timberwolves. Like we kicked their ass the first game and a half, and then Minnesota stepped up.
They figured it out.
The last half game. So like,
Who duplicates what?
Who
Exactly.
duplicates what? And this game matters very big.
oh yeah,
It's a very big, you know.
They say in the NBA, your series doesn't start until you win away. Once you win an away game, that's when the series starts.
But what helps with that is having 2 up on them.
Yeah, for sure.
That helps.
At Denver, we needed that because our away record, not that good.
Not that good at all.
Our-
We were talking about it all year.
Yep.
How our away record wasn't the best.
Yep.
I had to say it every week.
I don't even want to talk about away records right now.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, let's get into that.
Hold on, though. Let's get into weeks
okay,
first.
okay.
Let's get into
All right.
weeks. So how are you, Winston? How you doing this week?
I'm good. This is my favorite sports time of the year. First NBA playoffs. There's at least 3 games every single day. Most of them are always high caliber and not blowouts. They're coming down to the wire.
Game.
Exactly. Like it's like March Madness, but they're professionals, and we don't get to see this product at any time of the year because they don't play this hard on defense in the regular season.
Yeah.
They're like barely playing any defense. Now they're like playing as hard a defense as they can. They're going 100%, and you know that. And it's just like it's really, as a basketball fan, I really enjoy it. It's really, really fun to watch.
Hell yeah,
So,
dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Winston's hype.
Yeah, dude.
Hype on the year. I love it. Anything else this week? What would you do this week? Anything eventful?
Not really. Bought tickets to a Logic concert I'm gonna go see eventually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can't get an invite to the concert.
Well,
huh?
so
We didn't-
it's on June 19th, which is your
Oh,
anniversary.
wow. Yeah, can't do it.
Yeah. I thought about it. And
I
then,
understand why I didn't get the invite.
yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the thoughts. He thought about it. Shit.
I did. I was like
Damn.
June 19th. I was like, first of all, I was like, I wonder if my girlfriend's okay with that. And then,
First, that's the first question.
and then I was like, wait, that's also Ricky's anniversary. And I was like, so he's not going. So,
I can't,
Yeah.
bro. Hey, enjoy your concert though. Speaking of concerts, I'll get on my week. Picked up some tickets to Avenged Sevenfold.
nice.
They're coming out in September 28th. So if you heard that and you like rock, go check it out. They're actually touring with Falling in Reverse. That band kills it too. Rodney Radke, shout out him. But he's not going to be at the Denver show. So they're looking to announce another person for that date. It's the only date on their whole tour that they're missing falling in reverse. So that means they got to fill that spot with someone hot. You know, you can't just have one show with some lame.
Yeah.
Fill it with someone dope. So and they're at Ball Arena, so they have to fill it with someone awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
Green Day.
Green Day would be, dude. I would be hype. I would be, dude. You'd be taking me back to 11-year-old me, 10-year or 12-year-old me, dude. Yeah, 13. Yeah. I'd be down. Any good band, as long as they perform good, even if I don't know them. But got those tickets. Hype for that. We got BKFC coming up
next week.
I'm going skydiving next week. A fan hit me up because I stream with my cousin every Wednesday, and we were talking about how I've never been skydiving, would love to go. Josh not with it. I'm all with it though, and I was like, yeah, I would love to go, one day. And then homie hit me up on Instagram. Apparently he goes all the time, and he told me let's go. And that was months ago. Checked in with him this week, and it's still a go. So the 27th, I'm gonna be falling from the sky. And it's gonna be intense. I'm gonna tell the guy to do flips with me. I'm gonna be like, yo, throw some flips out. Let's do some flips while we're out there. Do something cool. Don't kill me. Do something cool though.
Yeah.
I want to do some fun shit. So I can't wait to do that. That's 2 days before we go to KFC. Bless you. I can't wait. Other than that, came back from the studio. Just dropped a song on the 20th yesterday. Yesterday, Thursday. Go check that out. America Body was out everywhere, guys. Dropped a song before that, Gwen Stefani. And then May 5th, I'm going to be dropping another song, Cold Blooded. Check that out. Again, go check out the music video. Links below. Just hit my link tree. But yeah. Making music, I was telling you guys, I was showing you guys a little bit, starting to make a lot of EDM. I love EDM music. I have for a long time. I've listened to dubstep when it first came out and stuff. Mount Eden and all those, Datsik and all those first artists. So for me to kind of transition into making this stuff with my studio engineer and producer, it's amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking awesome, dude. We get to bounce ideas off of each other and actually see them come to life. Because dude is so good. So making EDM music, be on the lookout for some EDM music. I'm actually dropping one EDM song on May 26th. So just make sure you're following me everywhere. Acting Up will be out everywhere. Yeah, man. I got a lot of inspiration from the Red Rocks concert. Went to Red Rocks last weekend. So much fun. Much fun. Subtronics killed it in Red Rocks. That's a story for another time, though. Had really good time. But this week, I'm hyped for all the sports going on. Just like you said, it's a good week for sports. We're starting to wheel into the summer of UFC and combat sports. There's a lot of big stuff happening, like our BKFC event, our one event. Colorado is getting a lot of good stuff. Jorge Masvidal just announced a bare knuckle MMA bout or card happening in Florida. It's a crazy week for sports. It's a crazy week for me, my music, my life. Living happy with the lady. I'm hyped. How was your week, bro?
Pardon me. None major. Low light of my week was probably had to get my car worked on, but it is what it is.
What was with your car, dude?
It's still not
quick. Yeah,
that's not exactly fixed, but my miles per gallon's all funky right now.
I see.
And so I'm just trying to get to the bottom of that. It drives fine.
Figure it out.
But regardless, great week of sports. Watched all the fights that happened on PFL earlier last week. The UFC cards.
So many cards.
Basketball has been great. Just getting off work and then throwing on TNT and just catching. Every game has been great. Just like Winston was saying. Yeah, that's about it. Just been a great. And on top of that, playoff hockey just kicked in, which I don't even really follow hockey, but I'm rooting for the Avalanche because my St. Louis Blues are not representing in the playoffs. So hopefully they repeat. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Fucking facts, dude.
That's about it.
Yeah, we got some life rolling. All right, let's get into this. Where the hell did Winston go? Yo, hit the whistle for me if you're down. Let's get into some NBA talk.
Oh yeah.
So your Golden State Warriors didn't work. It's okay. Well, Winston, hit the whistle when you get back. It didn't work again. I guess it's not working anymore.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun. Oh, there it is. Hello. We're getting into NBA now, Mr. Winston.
Okay.
Do you want to lead? 'Cause you were talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, I just
at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was going to have him lead with his Golden State Warriors if you want to touch on that game so he could transition into that. Start from there.
So we got the series has been really good for the Warriors and Kings. First game was a great game.
Oh, absolutely.
We saw De'Aaron Fox drop 40 points.
I think it was 38. His playoff debut.
What a
38.
guy.
Which is, I think, the third best playoff debut score ever.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's intense.
Yeah, so him and Malik Monk were killing it. Kings came out ahead. So that was a great game, though. Dave, what are your thoughts on game one?
Game one was like real competitive. It was really fun. Like eventually, the Kings kind of started to pull away from us because like their offense it shined. They're younger. And when you're young, you have that like intensity that's like who can run across that court 48 minutes with more energy. That echoes a lot, especially when they're fast break bound. I swear, almost all of the Kings it felt like a significant amount of the Kings' points were coming on the fast break, which is not to be surprised. The officiating, as per usual, they like predicted before it was going to be questionable, and like so I don't have any like real qualms with game one. I just remember thinking that like we just couldn't pull past them in game one. It's just like every time we got close, got our momentum, got our little runs, they would just put it on. Like I don't know, our bench did not do us any favors. Game one, that's for sure.
That's a weak part of the Warriors for sure is their bench.
Absolutely.
I would definitely agree with that.
But Andrew Wiggins, after not playing any games at all, has been killing it the entire series. Andrew Wiggins has been going in.
I mean, he's a dog. Last playoffs, he was like a 22 a night person.
He made me a lot of money last playoffs.
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggins. Yeah, because I kept doing point parlays with him. He was a leg on my parlays a lot last year.
If you would have been doing that,
I should have been.
Well, but like he came off like what 3-month hiatus, Dave,
Yeah.
something like that.
And I haven't even been betting like for basketball at all this year.
Yeah,
so.
no, but he's
Figuring
been
it out.
he's been killing
He's
it,
been
bro.
killing it.
Fucking, and he's without him, the Warriors would not
Suffer.
look nearly as good.
Absolutely.
He's had 3 good games, and Steph Curry. Well, we'll talk about that, but yeah, game 2 was pretty crazy.
Game 2 had a lot of controversy.
Yep, go for it.
So the whole incident with Sabonis and Draymond, that was like, so.
The stomp.
So my take on it is like Winston and I talked about this last night. So I consider Draymond a dirty player? I mean, yeah, he knows how to like brush the line of acceptable behavior to his advantage, especially with his reputation. Do I think he's
Everyone's definition of dirty is different
But
too.
do I think he's like Zaza Pachulia, who will undercut your jumper so your ankle lands on his feet like he did to Kawhi Leonard in that series? That's real dirty. That's like unacceptable. Do I think Draymond in that one series with LeBron, he like poked him in the eye like twice. Like, did he try to? He was just flailing his arms aimlessly and he drew contact doing it. Again, is he trying to poke him in the eye? No. But does he know that he's being like flaily arm bullshit? Absolutely. Yeah. So that whole incident, like, I honestly think that Sabonis should have been penalized as well. Like, because if you look at how it went down, if you watch the entirety of the replay, Sabonis was trying to crash the glass, and when he did, he like shoves Klay Thompson out of the way, which is technically a foul, flops in the making, and when he flops, he stumbles into Draymond, grabs his leg in a way that was like not organic for contact purposes, and then Draymond chooses to like step on his sternum. Now, did I think he tried to like curb stomp him? He looked like he was just trying to be an asshole, simply put.
What do you think, Winston?
Well,
It's definitely a technical.
Give another side, Winston.
so like he did grab his leg, and Draymond did try and get free, but he got free in a way where he happened to put all of his weight on Sabonis' chest.
Very hard, like.
Yeah, so
which is not acceptable in any way.
That was
Yeah.
a stomp.
So-
No one's
It was a
accepting
stomp.
Draymond's behavior singularly.
Do I think he did that on purpose to
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
up Sabonis? I personally don't think so. Okay, I think if it's anyone other than Draymond Green, they're not getting suspended. Probably getting kicked out of the game. Okay, but
Yeah.
not getting suspended. But because
He's one
Draymond,
game, right? Is it one game? How many games?
it was one
If,
game
like,
suspension.
If like Devin Brooks did this to LeBron, he probably wouldn't have a 1-game suspension.
Dylan Brooks probably
Dylan, I'm
would.
sorry, I said
Dylan
Devin.
Brooks probably would because he's like
hothead.
he's like a mini Draymond Green. Like literally like he's the guard Draymond Green. But like if Devin Booker did this, then I don't think he would get suspended.
Luka.
Luka probably not get suspended.
yeah.
Now that's just
And
my opinion.
I'm not even crying about that per se. I just feel like a lot of that incident, like if Domantas Sabonis doesn't do that incident, then Draymond doesn't have the opportunity to put his weight on his chest. Now, Draymond stepping over him via the way he fell was not like him trying to do the Allen Iverson per se. It just kind of unfolded that way.
I mean, I understand, but with Sabonis shouldn't have grabbed his leg. That's kind of saying, like, you shouldn't have pushed me and I wouldn't have like shot you. Type of
you're right.
scenario, you know what
you're
I mean?
right.
Like,
you're right. But there's some amount of accountability that should be wagered his way. Not
sure.
all. And in my mind, neither of them should have been suspended. But maybe at worst, you get like a technical for Sabonis, and then Draymond leaves the game.
Sabonis got a technical.
That's what I'm saying. If what happened, but neither of them being penalized afterwards was, in my opinion. Now, is that acceptable behavior? Never. It's not cool. Like, Draymond, you can't do that. Do I think Draymond was, like, as this play happened, he was just like, all right, cool, I'm going to step on this fool? No, just it happened, and he tried to, like, step over him. Homie grabbed his leg, and he flailed, like I've talked about, his dirty nature, and then tried to be the beneficiary of it. But it's like, Draymond, you also have to know better. How many playoff series have you been involved where there was some event like this that was totally controversial? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This isn't a first time Draymond's been involved in something like this. Like the Steve Adams incident. We all remember that.
Yeah.
That wasn't...
Kicked him in the dick.
I don't think Draymond was like, I'm going to try to kick him in the dick. I think he was thinking, I'm going to flail my legs to draw contact, because at the time they were a lot more foul lenient, or less foul lenient, I guess. And so they were giving those calls. He was just trying to get a call, and in doing so, he kicked someone in the dick. So
yeah, and I think that was in the playoffs.
It was against OKC.
See, all these things happen in the playoffs.
It is dirty natured, but he's, I don't know. He's a go getter, and he's like Dennis Rodman, where he's going to be
a good player.
He's going to be all up in your grill. He's very energetic, which as a like, you want that on your team. I don't know any person who wouldn't want that on their team. You just don't want the liability that comes with it, which he's clearly walking that line these days. And we're going to talk about the officiating for all of these series because it's been mad questionable. Now, I don't think the refs have dictated games, but they've been involved in it at times where it wasn't consistent.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really hard to be consistent.
It's a hard job.
Especially when they're not playing defense in the regular season, and then all of a sudden they're playing defense. It's like they call way more calls in the regular season, and they're not playing defense. So it's like when it comes playoff time, like, I don't want to see tons of whistles and tons of free throws. No one wants to see that. So if they're calling every single thing, then that's what's going to happen. And different refs have different styles. Some refs are like, let's let them play. Other refs are like, nah, that's a foul. As a player, you got to adapt. Like, that's a part of your job. Like, you got to be like, okay,
Isn't
Scott
that crazy,
Foster.
though? That's crazy.
It is.
That's a
It
thing.
is. It's a game within a game, bro.
Yeah,
there's variables.
So
and
weird.
you have to navigate said variables.
Exactly. That's
There's
part
no
of
other
it.
sports that it's that intense. You know what I mean? That's pretty intense.
Speaking
Like,
of
For the ref style to really play into the game, like maybe football too, but
Maybe.
it's different.
Hey,
It is.
hold on.
It is different.
Boxing.
It's a different cadence. It's
boxing, and if you think about boxing,
you're right.
A lot of
You're
boxers
right.
will cherry pick. They'll cherry pick refs that they know that won't let them hug too much, or that will let them hug an amount because that's part of their strategy.
You're right.
That's
You're
a whole new. It's a
I
variable.
retract that
But
last statement.
that being said, I think this is a good segue for the Philadelphia game last night.
Yep.
Did you watch that?
I didn't.
So there was a play where it was Philadelphia versus Brooklyn.
Do you want to finish the Kings thing real quick?
Oh yeah, we should.
Oh,
probably
sure.
finish
Okay,
it.
so Kings won game 2. Draymond's out game 3. And then game 3 was last night.
Yep.
And then so the Warriors pulled out by like, what, 20 points?
It was like, I think like 18 or something like
Yeah,
that.
so they won by a lot. It was kind of a blowout. Kings played like dog shit.
No Draymond.
No Draymond. So they won without Draymond at home by 20 points, which is good.
Dave was fucking
I'll admit,
soaring at that point.
I'll admit though, there was a lot of there's a lot of like moments where I'm not saying, like he said, I don't want a litany of like foul calls, you know? I don't want just a bunch of foul calls dictating games. But there was clear moments where like Warriors got some very advantageous turnovers on what would have totally been a regular season foul. So I don't want to pretend like we won accidentally. We won on purpose. Like we shot the ball well. But I don't want to pretend like the officiating just got perfect that game. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't. So
Yeah, Curry dropped 36 points. He went in. Jordan Poole's been playing like dog 36. Shit. Klay Thompson's been playing okay. Andrew Wiggins has been killing it.
Kevin Looney had 20 boards again.
He's been playing great. It's like 9 offensive rebounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he had 9 offensive rebounds and 9 assists. So and those don't, like, an offensive rebound doesn't equal an assist. Typically, it's a putback for a big man, especially.
So crazy.
So for him to get 9 assists, 20 boards, he didn't score but like 4 points. He wasn't scoring very well. But regardless, like, he's one of those dudes. A lot of people don't even understand Kevin Looney's story. He was kind of a powerful guard the way he came up and had to redefine his basketball style and playing style once he got into the league to fit his body. So to see him thriving as a big man just is a testament to how hard that he works. And that's why the Warriors kept him, So I honestly think we have momentum now. Draymond back, Game 4 should be pretty electric. I would be remiss to assume that we would lose that. So I would even bet on that game.
Damn.
They'll probably be favorites because they won
wouldn't
without
doubt it.
Draymond and they won by like 20 points.
And the series going 2-2, the series will come down to who wins away.
Yeah. Although the Kings shot terribly.
Yeah.
They shot
They shot
terribly.
shooting like shit.
Absolutely terribly. That was abysmal.
As a team, they shot 38% from the field and then 23% from three-point range.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they
that's
shot-
atrocious.
No, they shot legitimately. It was like maybe like
God
11
damn.
for like 41 on 3 or something
Holy
like that.
Shit.
Yeah, 11 to 47.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
holy! That made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the series then, Dave?
I mean-
do you think you guys got it bagged up or what?
I mean, Steve Kerr was absolutely going to adjust, but I don't think it's in the bag. I think we need to win Game 4 and see what happens. And we got to steal a home game. Because if we lose Game 4, it's gonna be really, really hard to come back from 3-1.
Yeah.
We've done it, but I think the De'Aaron Fox and company are just like too good to let that happen. So
Hey, here's to the comeback.
You guys barely lost your 2 away games. You guys are ass on the road.
bad.
Ass on the road.
And so for you guys to barely lose the first 2 games and then at home blow the Kings out, I feel like is kind of promising for you guys. Like I
Yeah.
said
You
earlier,
guys got some momentum.
the series doesn't start until you win on the road. That's when a series starts. And so
They
the
lost on the
Warriors
road.
haven't done that yet. The Kings haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
The
Facts.
series has not started yet. Especially with the Warriors' home record, it's probably going to be 2-2.
Yeah.
Game 5 and the Kings at the Kings.
Their home record is really good. They were at even though in the standings they were lower, they were at the top for home game wins.
Yeah,
Like,
the Warriors have the best home record in the league, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So I'm not surprised if they come all the way back and take out the Kings.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised either.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good series though.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fight.
Game 1 and 2 were great games. I love
Yeah.
those games so much. They were probably my favorite games out of all the playoffs.
Y'all gonna come out of this series a little bruised up from this hard fought
That is
Yeah.
true.
series, dude.
That is something because they're not very deep. They're like 7,
Yeah.
8 players deep.
Guys, they better therapy. You better be doing some physical PT, dude.
One thing I want to
some
take a note of
physical
is
therapy.
Moses
Ice
Moody
bath.
has been getting to play, and like he's been hitting some jumpers. That dude is like
Good.
he was a raw talent, but like seeing him get playoff minutes was great. Jonathan Kuminga, every time I see him, I'm just so excited.
Spread the love because
He
it gives
almost-
other guys rest.
He
time.
almost caught a body last night. Like Winston saw it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kuminga's
He almost
Oh,
did.
Shit.
he a dog, so
Dog shit.
we'll see. Shout out Mike Brown for being the first unanimous head coach of the year.
Yeah, for the Kings.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fire.
He deserved it for sure.
I mean, the Kings bounced
You want to hear
back
a funny joke? So
from what they were.
the
Go
Kings have basically been absorbing the assistant coach from Golden State for years now. Because if you think about it, they had Tim Walton before.
I don't think it was Tim Walton. Bill Walton? No.
The son.
I forgot his name.
Not Tim, but
I
you know what I
know.
mean.
Yeah. But he was the head coach for
Yeah,
the Warriors.
Luke Walton.
Luke Walton. there we
Luke
go.
Walton. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said Tim.
He was he was the head coach, but that's because Kerr was out with that injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess he was an assistant.
But he ended up going to Sacramento
Yep.
and then eventually Los Angeles. But point being is like them getting him and then them getting Mike Brown is just they see what's in the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The culture, the dynamic that the Warriors cultivate, the chemistry that they're able to establish, and like so like and one thing Mike Brown did the first thing when he got head coach, he asked all his players if they wanted to come to one of his like private properties, and they had like a whole day, and almost the entire team showed up, including Sabonis. So
Oh, nice.
that's one thing that Sacramento is going to be dangerous with for the coming years. That chemistry is just going to keep getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, and Malik Monk's been killing it for them, too. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into the 76ers Nets series.
Let's talk about it.
76ers Nets, game 1. Really good game. Mikal Bridges dropped 35 points, something like that. He did really well. Ultimately, the 76ers won. Game 2, very similar game. 76ers won that as well. And then we got game 3, very close game. Dave, you said you watched that game.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on game 3?
So there was 2 reffing moments that I thought were really, really questionable and not very consistent. There was the moment where I want to say it was I can't remember who was stepping over Embiid.
It was Nicholas Claxton.
So he was stepping over Embiid, kind of doing the AI thing, like stepping over him. And then Embiid tried to throw a kick at his groin, like not like a organic I'm trying to stand up motion. Like he clearly tried to kick him in the dick, like on the ground. Now, can you step over him? No, that's not allowed. That's technical. Can you kick someone in the dick? Also no, but it's Embiid. He's the MVP. Viewership for that game is very contingent, so they kind of were like, well, we kind of have to look past it. And different event that happened in that same game, James Harden was kind of like putting his arm out, which technically is an offensive foul if they sell it, but he was just backing up with the ball. He wasn't even really posting up in any way, but he was just trying to create separation. And in doing that, he put his palm out and accidentally hit one of the Brooklyn players in the groin. And they immediately ejected James Harden for that.
Oh my God!
No hesitation. Everyone knows James Harden wasn't trying to punch no one.
I think that was his second technical foul. I think that's why he got ejected.
Okay,
he had a technical foul before that, and then he had another technical, and that's why he was ejected.
Why he was gone.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, I just feel like that was like as a fan, like, bruh, that was very petty of the refs to call that. Like, the dude sold the groin strike, I guess, but like.
You hit someone in the dick, you deserve technical.
But
now,
he didn't punch him in the dick.
Yeah,
He's dribbling with the ball with his hand out, and in the organic motion of one guy stepping up as if he was going to take a charge or something.
Yeah.
And James Harden just kind of organically dribbling the ball. His like palm hit homie's groin. He
Sounds like a punch.
He didn't swing.
Like how hard? Like how?
Sounds like a punch.
How hard was like? I want you to strike the fucking table as hard as he struck it.
Probably like.
I would hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah,
No, but when you're doing that to someone's chest, you're trying to create.
It was
separation.
probably harder than that.
So
It was
hit
probably
the couch.
like
Hit the couch.
I'm not gonna keep
That's a
hitting
solid- hit the couch, dude.
But
Come on.
you know the type of how in basketball, like that's a natural thing when dudes are dribbling to try to create a little bit of distance from the guy who's trying to like box up to them.
yeah.
And
I'm in a fifth grade harder than that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I didn't feel like James Harden warranted like that egregious of incident for that, and I feel like it was unfair to eliminate him from the game. Meanwhile, Embiid is just like kicking people in the groin on purpose, no questions asked.
I 100% agree. Embiid totally deserved to be ejected from that game. 100%. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And he got the game-winning swat.
Yeah, I mean, and you're totally right about him being the MVP, and like odds are he's going to be the MVP. It's not official yet, but
We can all assume.
yeah.
Odds are.
And so I totally agree. That's why he was not ejected. I mean, you have Draymond getting ejected for stepping on someone in their chest, and then you have someone trying to kick someone in the dick. Like, there was no doubt about it. It wasn't a reflex. He tried to kick him.
Yeah.
And he missed.
And that the rules is if like any type of aggressive contact not basically organic to the play. You know what I'm saying? And that was a strike. There was no amount like if he like tried to like swing up to get up, and in doing that, like if homie just stayed standing over him and he hits him in the groin or something like that, that's different. That's a little bit more of like homie shouldn't be standing over him. Embiid literally just was on the ground and just went like that.
Yeah.
Dog.
He tried to kick him in the dick. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not like protesting anything. Like I have no stake in that series or in those games, so I'm not gonna go on Twitter and start ranting to the NBA.
Well, what else can we say when they got a 3-0 lead on them?
No one saw. Okay, first of all, no one saw Brooklyn after they lost Kyrie and KD having much going. And dare I say, they're making this a competitive series, even though
sure.
they're down 3-0. They haven't
Good
been out,
games.
they have not been outclassed really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
102-97 last game.
The separation of talent and the age difference is like pretty alarming. So the way I see it, the Philadelphia not sweeping them loses them brownie points towards their credence of Eastern Conference favorites, so to speak. And I'm not saying that's what they are, but that's what they're considered
They
to
might
be.
get swept though.
They're probably
Yeah,
going to.
They'll probably win a game.
You think so?
I
This
think
next
they'll.
game?
I think they'll win the next game because it's at
Okay.
Nets. If it was at Philly, I'd be like, nah, no way.
It's at Barclays Center.
But yeah, it's in Brooklyn, so they will probably pull it out.
Well, you said the series doesn't start till you win an away game.
And the series
The
started.
series started.
they're not coming back.
They ain't coming back 3-0.
Yeah, I
It
don't
just
think-
happening.
real.
It's not
I
happening.
don't think any team has done that.
No.
And they lost their coach because of the whole scenario with KD and them not meshing well earlier in the year.
Right, yeah. So they had a different coach,
Mhm.
Steve Nash.
Yep.
Craziness. Let's go ahead.
We got the other series. We got the Suns Clippers.
Before we read this one off, I want to read off what everybody's at. Nuggets, or no, we haven't talked about them yet. Never mind. I can't find where I was. What the fuck?
Dun dun dun.
So we got the Suns and Clippers series. Game 1, the Clippers won. It was a very good game.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, the Suns pulled it out in Phoenix. And then very close game as well. Well, that was like 10 points. And then Game 3, the Suns won that game last night. Clippers did not have Kawhi Leonard.
That's what I was about to say.
And the Suns won by 5 points. Devin Booker has been killing it. He dropped 45 points last night.
Damn. My God.
Yeah, and then the night before, I think he dropped like 40. Maybe it could have been in the 30s, but he's been playing really well. Game 1, he didn't really show up too much, but they lost. But the Clippers only losing by 5 points without Kawhi Leonard is impressive.
It is.
Norman Powell, a player for the Clippers that Ricky's probably never heard of, and rightfully so, dropped 42 points last night.
Damn.
15 of 23 from the field, 7 of 12 from the three-point line.
Norman Powell?
Norman Powell.
Damn, what a guy.
Yeah, so he killed it. Unfortunately, they still lost, though.
Westbrook dropping 30.
Yep.
We got, what else we got? We got KD on 28, Devin Booker on 45, like you said.
Yep.
Chris Paul.
I mean, I
11.
think I was quoted as saying if Devin Booker and KD don't combine for like 65 points a game, then that team can't win. So that speaks to that.
Yeah, and whoever wins this series, we're going against the Nuggets, as long as we can win our series.
Phoenix, I think
Suns, man. These Suns.
The Phoenix are a bad matchup, kind of, but like, let's face it. There's like Jamal Murray can match Devin Booker. I think confidently,
for sure.
And then
I would take.
And
I would
Jokic
take
is gonna
Murray
get
over him.
Jokic is gonna get a quiet triple double. Meanwhile, KD is gonna drop 28 plus. So it's like, how does this pan out? Who
does it? Yeah, it's gonna be a good series if that comes to fruition. I see it happening. I don't see the Clippers taking the series.
Yeah,
They surprised me. No,
I wanted them to when they won Game 1. I'm like, yes, but now
they're down 1.
it's not looking good. Yeah,
it's not the hardest.
But
When's the next game?
they lost. Probably 2 days from now.
No, where is it?
Oh, it's in LA.
Oh.
So the Suns just won in LA.
Oh shit.
But the Clippers won in Phoenix, Game 1. So like it's basically
the series started Game 1.
yeah. So
all right,
it's
well,
2-1.
Craziness. Again, the Suns are leading this series 2-1.
Yep.
I like it. A lot. And to drive back to the other series, I mean, they're matching the Kings 2-1 against the Warriors.
Yep.
What's next? Should we talk about Knicks Cavs?
Sure.
Let's talk about Knicks Cavs, dude.
So Knicks Cavs has been a really good series. They play tonight at 6:30 on ABC. It's tied 1-1 right now. The Cavs, Donovan Mitchell's been doing pretty well. He's been dropping a lot of points. Game 2 was kind of a blowout. They won by. Let me pull it up. They won by 17 points, so they kind of killed the Knicks. But Game 1, the Knicks obviously won. It was a great game. I enjoyed watching it. Did you watch that game, Dave?
Yeah, I did, but I don't want to be like that dude who's bittersweet when his predictions are wrong, but I said Knicks are going to get first round exit written all over them. So I have that prediction strong.
Gotcha.
I mean, in this game, too, they did lose by 17 points.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, like, who do you expect to go off on either team? Like Julius Randle, obviously.
Jalen Brunson's been killing it.
I mean, RJ Barrett is potent. I will use that word. Like, I don't know. Like, as far as the Cavs, all I think about is, like, Donovan Mitchell. Because, like, you see in the highlights and, like, the commercials, he's coaching up all his guys. You know what I'm saying? He's such a natural-born, like, leader. I think what he brings to a team is a little bit more invaluable. And, quite frankly, we got to see him do this against OKC, against MVP OKC when he was Donovan Mitchell was in Utah. So the writing's on the wall for, like, upsets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the Cleveland would be considered an upset against New York, but
they're the 4th seed, but that doesn't mean that the Knicks aren't favored. I thought the Cavs would win.
I still think they will, confidently.
What are the odds for this game tonight? Do you know?
We have New York favored 1.5 points. It's in New York tonight. First game in New York. New York Knicks fans are going to be hype.
Oh God.
They're going to be super hype.
The Garden is going to be rocking.
We're going to have fucking Spike Lee. We're going to have Spike Lee in there trying to trip Donovan Mitchell.
There's going to be some, like, Trae Young is balding signs.
Yeah.
Not even in that series. They just hate Trae Young.
It's just going to be about Donovan Mitchell instead. Yeah, so it should be a really good game tonight. I would definitely suggest watching that game.
Good game, good series. 6:30 p.m.
Good series thus
today.
far. Not a good series. Celtics Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, what did we expect?
Yeah.
did we
Hawks kind of
expect?
made it a game out of it for game 2. They still lost by 13 points. But they tried to make a game out of it. First game in Atlanta tonight, so the series doesn't start until you went on the road. So they,
It helps being 2-0 though against
for sure. Yeah.
the Hawks, the low seed Hawks.
Yeah, not looking good. Boston's favored by 6 points.
Yeah, holy shit.
So, would I put money on this game for the Celtics? Probably not, because they're pretty high favorites. Would I put money on the Hawks tonight? Probably not, because they're probably going to lose. So
Gonna lose that money.
Yeah. So, but it's on ESPN at 5. Not excited for that series. Celtics probably going to sweep them.
How are you feeling about Lakers Grizz?
Lakers Grizz, I think, has been a good series. I've been enjoying it. Game 1 was a great game. Game 2, Lakers played like dog shit. Without John Morant, the Grizzlies won by 10 points.
Oh my god.
Now, I hate to toot the horn, but have we not been saying that they play better collective team basketball without Ja?
Yeah.
They're not a better team without Ja, because John Morant makes every team he's on better. He's that talented. But it's not as obvious what their offensive plan is, because with Ja, it's like ISO, let him rim run. He can shoot. It's not his bread and butter per se. We all know what he wants to do. Take him out of the equation, and then you got Tyus Jones, the most paid backup point guard in the league, and he looked like the second most paid backup point guard in the league, or the most paid. You know what I mean? Tyus Jones stepping up to the occasion. I think this series is fun because of the way Devin Brooks is being like a heel to LeBron. Did you see that post interview where they asked him about him, and they're like, "How do you feel about blah 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 blah?" And he's just like, "Oh, he old. I don't care."
Yeah.
I don't know. This makes this fun. I don't think disrespecting LeBron is what he's doing. I think he's just such a diehard competitor. So
Dylan Brooks is such a bitch, dude. He's so annoying.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of his. I just I like
so
the
annoying.
competitiveness.
Winston is not with him at all.
There's literally memes of John Morant being going to the locker room and showing his gun to Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson's like, dude, what the fuck? You just got suspended. Bro, what are you doing? And John Morant's like, shh. And then Dylan Brooks comes in what's up, guys? And Jabba's like, nah, bro, we're just chilling. Everyone in the Grizzly locker room hates Dylan Brooks because he's just weird, bro.
Weird dude.
Yeah, but
It's a fun series.
Yeah, but he's talking all kinds of shit. He dropped 12 points. But it's been really good. The fucking Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell played dog shit that game. Game 2 against the Grizzlies. LeBron played pretty good, but not well enough to get the W. Yeah. Anthony Davis shot 4 of 14, had 13 points. D'Angelo Russell shot 2 of 11 with 5 points. So they got to step it up. Rui Hachimura has been killing it. He's averaging fucking 25 points for the series.
Doing it.
Fucking dude from Japan. Fucking
Hell
out here killing it.
Let's go, dude. I'm here for it.
Austin Reeves has been killing it as well. He dropped 28 points in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping it. How about them Bucks Heat?
Bucks Heats.
1-1.
So
1-1.
That's a series that's unfortunately gotten a really bad injury bug. We all saw how Giannis landed on
Giannis is gone.
Well, he landed on his tailbone. Nothing's broken or anything, but
that is bad.
He just jumped from 7 feet in the air to straight tailbone to hardwood. That's painful. So he's hurt. Tyler Hero fractured his hand, so he's out. So I hate that's the worst thing to happen, unfortunately, is when the injury bug gets a series, because then you have all those stupid what ifs, well, we would have beat you if so and so was healthy. I don't like playing that hypothetical game. However, Jimmy Butler has his moments. He knows how to symbolize a team. That team's really young. They have really good coaching. So I think that Miami, without Giannis, dare I say, might be the favorites. I don't have the odds. Do you know what the odds are, Winston?
For the whole series?
Just for this next game, at least.
Oh. I was looking up stats from the previous game.
This is caveating Giannis not playing. I don't know if those odds even have
Miami's favored by 5 points. So that's without Giannis.
That's where I'm at. If Giannis is unable to come back to this series, it's going to be really difficult for the Bucks to pull it together. Chris Middleton basically becomes one of their new ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How about the Bucks dropping 138 points though?
Exactly. Without Giannis.
Giannis.
Game 1, Giannis went out early.
Damn.
And then Hero went out early. and Miami won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brooke Lopez
it was-
dropping 25, Drew Holiday dropping 24.
It was a very close game. Game 2, Milwaukee shot 51% from 3-point range.
Wow.
51%, 25 of 49. That's in-fucking insane.
That is,
that
yeah,
doesn't
that's a
happen.
high-ass
No.
percentage.
Miami somehow came back. They scored 122 points. They shot 44% from the 3-point line.
What a game.
The only difference is Miami only shot 36 threes. Milwaukee shot 49. So, shoot more
It's a lot
threes,
of
I guess.
threes, yeah, 49. Whoa.
Yeah. So,
I mean, when you're at 51%, you want to be chucking them.
yeah. So Milwaukee needed that, and they fucking got it. But are they going to win this next game in Miami? I don't think so. Not without Giannis. So if Giannis doesn't come back, I got the Heat.
I got the Heat.
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. That's I feel like the Heat are favorites if
Damn,
Giannis is
imagine
question mark.
picking up a Heat bet at the beginning of the series
Yeah.
with a healthy Giannis.
Yeah. I mean,
You'd
I
be
hope
sitting.
Giannis can come back, dude.
Same.
I don't want fucking Boston in the finals. I don't want fucking 76ers in the finals, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to have Giannis, the best player in the fucking world, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
suiting up in the finals, getting another fucking ring, unless it's against the fucking Nuggets.
Right? Yeah,
Like,
same.
that's what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if they're going to do it, though, Mr. Winston. It's
Yeah.
a tailbone injury is, they're bad, man.
Yeah.
They linger. It's because it's this little,
And with the
little
build,
tip, dude.
the
little-
build of the average NBA player, they're not built like football players. You know what I'm saying? He fell like directly to tailbone. He has there's no insulation there. You know
Yeah.
the way that those guys are built. So I really hope he can come back. I bet you he'll come back,
Yeah,
guaranteed game 5. I feel like unless he's really that hurt.
Yeah.
Because his MRIs came back clean.
Well, hopefully the Bucks don't end up at like a 3-1
Yeah.
by the time he comes back.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
If they lose this game, Giannis probably comes back next game. If they lose,
Force to come back.
yeah, to try
see
and
you.
win a game.
Yeah.
Even if you're not healthy and 100%, you're still like a deterrent. They're
Even-
like, oh,
I was gonna
Giannis
say
is over
even
here.
having him on the court.
Yeah.
is-
No, I don't think the whole phenomenon I explained with John Morant about the team playing better team basketball in absence, I don't think that applies to Giannis because they're not as they're Giannis dependent, but a lot of Giannis's success comes off of both fast breaks and he gets his own boards. You know what I'm saying? You can't really formulate that.
Well, and Memphis has Jaren Jackson. They have other good players. But Milwaukee has Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, but Grizzlies are just a better team, and they're going against the Lakers compared to Miami. I think Miami's a better team.
Both are
than
at
the Lakers.
1-1 though. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited. Both those series should be good. I hope Giannis comes back, though.
Same.
Everyone wants to see him come
He
back.
might
And,
surprise everybody
yeah,
tomorrow. You never know.
maybe.
You never
Maybe.
know. That's some time at least. But let's talk about the one and onlys, huh? Nuggets Timberwolves.
Nuggets Timberwolves
2-0.
2-0.
Let's go.
Game 1, we won by like 20 points. It was a blowout, start to finish.
Destroyed.
Just fucked him up.
It was
Destroyed.
almost hard to watch.
Yeah, no, I was happy. I went to sleep early. It was
Yeah, everybody was like, "This is easy."
First of all, it is not fair that they're making all of us wait until these games are going to end at like 10:30 at night.
great. Fucking bullshit, dude. We got Phoenix and Clippers. They're Pacific time. They get the early game. Minnesota and fucking Colorado.
We're all watching all late.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Like, and Minnesota doesn't start till like 9:30.
Bro, imagine
What?
like,
Figure it out.
when we went to the when we went last year to the Warriors Nuggets game 3 at Ball Arena, it wasn't that late because dude, those fans are getting out of those stands and in their cars at like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
That's I mean I couldn't if I lived in Denver that would be hard to do because you know what I'm saying, traffic, get home, probably get home closer to like 11:30 midnight and then you have to work the next day. That's impossible. I just wish that we would get Nuggets as the number 1 seed in the West deserve a better slot.
Exactly.
It's disrespectful to a team that fans are already struggling to get games because of the broadcast bullshit.
Is it because it's against the Timberwolves though?
It's definitely a lower market game
Yeah,
than Phoenix Clippers.
I get, but
But-
it's just disrespectful because like if you take that 1 seed and that 1 seed's like any other like slightly bigger market team, they're getting the prime slot, no questions asked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's ultimately the fans lost because they're missing good games. I mean, Anthony Edwards dropped 41 points in game 2.
He was not missing in the second half.
He was going in. He shot 14 of 23 and 6 of 10 from the field.
So basically, the Nuggets have put up 6 quarters of just clearly in like superior basketball. We've seen 6 quarters of the Nuggets just outclassing them on both sides of the court. We've seen 2 quarters where if you don't have playoff Murray in your back pocket, not to say that Jokic couldn't compensate, but if you didn't have playoff Murray, it looked like that looked like a whole new game that second half.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't know what changed, what is the coaching difference that they really employed, but like Minnesota can like clearly look at each other in the locker room and say, we found a little bit of a formula here. Can we replicate it for 48 minutes again? That's the question. And then Coach Malone was talking about how like he was scared that with the game 1 win that the Nuggets could get a little bit of complacency because it was like when you just shit on a team, you feel invincible. And so that can make you could start to like think that like you're going to take bad shots, but because you're invincible that they're going to go in and stuff like that. Now, I don't think that was the Nuggets didn't get complacent at any point. Minnesota just didn't miss for like a whole quarter. You know what I'm saying? That was just no question. So I think this series still has Nuggets winning it, and at best, I would say Minnesota might make this a 6-game series if they can somehow get their foot on the gas pedal. But I so verily doubt this goes.
I don't know.
This
about
has
that's like a plus 700.
This has sweep or maybe Minnesota wins 1 game written all over it.
Yeah, I mean it could be a 6-game series. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns has been playing like absolute dog shit. The Minnesota Timberwolves lost by 9 points. Karl-Anthony Towns only had 10 points. I mean, you're the second best player on that team. You need to step it the fuck up. Yeah. Rudy Gobert had 19 points. You're telling me that Rudy Gobert is going to outscore you, bro, and you're a fucking scorer? He's a defensive player, and he's outscoring you.
Didn't he win a 3-point contest, too?
Karl-Anthony Towns did, yeah. He shot 2 of 5 from 3-point line. And then in game 1, he shot like 1 of 7.
Well, yeah, he has to pick it up then.
No, I mean, but to Aaron Gordon's credit, he is locking Karl-Anthony Towns up. Yeah. And he can't deal with it.
Let's go, Gordon. Let's go.
Yep, Gordon's playing good.
Nuggets in 4. Let's what should we transition to after that? That is your playoffs right there, dude. That is your playoff breakdown.
One thing that's just like we don't really have to get in. We'll talk about the NFL draft because it's starting next week. So next pod, the whole first day will have happened, and then the second day will be starting. I just wanted to say, did you guys see a couple of NFL players got fined today? Like that wide receiver Jameson Williams for Detroit. He was
suspended.
He got suspended because he was betting on a college game. Now,
bro,
the rules.
4 players got suspended.
No, 2 players got cut from the team.
They got suspended for a year.
And 2 players got outright cut from their team.
After they got suspended.
For betting?
Yes.
Yeah, so you still can't do that because like it's an extension.
Can you bet on fights?
I don't know.
I don't think you can. My understanding is I don't think you can bet on any sport because Jameson Williams was not on the NFL. He just bet. And it wasn't
He bet on college.
Related.
He bet on college football.
That's crazy.
And so, do I think what he did is heinous or wrong, or do I think he deserves punishment? I mean, if no one else could do it before you, you shouldn't be able to do it. But that being said, I don't consider that wrong.
Also, just
morally.
Use a friend. If you really are itching, use your homie.
But you got to understand a big reason why they shouldn't do that is because, like, imagine if you're like an NFL player, you're adjacent to a lot of still current college players. Let's say one of your best friends who's still playing in the college game you're betting on, and I don't know, let's go with the worst scenario possible. You know he's their number 1 receiver, and you know he's not going to suit up that game, and you bet that they lose. That's conflict of interest. He has insider information. So I get why that's a thing. I don't think that was the case here. I don't think he deserves the punishment, but it's very unfortunate. And like again, if no one else can do it, you're not special.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not morally
even in
wrong
your scenario.
To me.
He's not in he just has insider information. Any reporter gets all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you were to bet, he could place a bet in a time frame where the reporter doesn't have access to that information, and that reporter is the equivalent of that being public information. You know, and having information pre-public. And then betting beforehand, you're gonna have odds that haven't swayed yet. You know what I'm saying?
But that's I don't know. It's just not the same sport. If it's the same sport, totally 100% agree.
I mean, Calvin Ridley just had this happen. However, Calvin Ridley bet on the NFL.
Yeah,
which is like that's even beyond conflict of interest. Yeah. So I don't think that this is like that crazy to me as far as like how I feel about Jameson Williams as a person or a player. I just feel like this was a really dumb move.
Yeah, I think he got suspended like 6 games or something like that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. Maybe he appeals it. It's possible that if he appeals it, he's allowed to play until the appeal is finalized. That's how most sports handle these things.
Yeah.
I don't know what Detroit's gonna do and what he's gonna do. It sounds like he's just gonna eat the suspension, as he should.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly, from what I read, it happened at the Lions facility.
Oh,
Like,
bro.
You're
on their
pretty
Wi-Fi,
dumb,
bro?
Yeah, pretty stupid, dude.
Yeah, try and just go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
maybe on your lunch break, go to McDonald's or something.
Figure it out.
He just imagine
just do it at home.
he does a
Figure
press
it
conference, bro.
out.
He's like, bruh,
Come on.
why is there a FanDuel app on the Pelotons in the fucking training facility?
Right.
He's like, I thought I was doing fantasy.
Shout out PT. PT's up in here.
What's good?
What up?
Mr. PT.
That's about all I have
That's
for
it.
NFL news
Yeah.
right now. There's more to be determined by the draft. There's no point in speculating. We're a week away. The draft is going to be in Kansas City. That's exciting. First time.
Dude, I bet you're hype. They just had a UFC in Kansas City, too.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Kansas City's putting on. My
I think
man's
it's
hype.
shit in Denver.
They just
We
won
need
a
draft.
Super Bowl. Shit. You're living, huh?
They're having the Olympics fucking site, and this is going to be in Kansas City.
Wow. What are you guys doing over
I know that's FIFA.
It's a big hub there. Okay, so this is a random thing. In Kansas City, Kansas, at the soccer field, where I believe the Kansas City Athletic soccer team plays, that's where CSUP won the D2 Natty title. It was in that
yeah.
stadium
Yeah.
in
you're
Kansas
right.
City.
I'm here for it.
Yes, sir. 2014. Take that off of us. But no,
Take it off.
should we transition into combat sports?
Let's get it, dude.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
There we go, Winston.
Clicked it too many times.
So we had a PFL card that was very boring. I'm not trying to be mean, but every single lightweight, you know how they do the weight classes per nights? Lightweights was featured. Every single lightweight bout went 15 minutes. Every single one. So, like, you know how they have their playoff format?
Can't have that, man.
So everyone who's won in their playoffs right now, or not in their playoffs, in their bracketing towards playoffs, has 3 points. Which means if anyone who lost wins by finish in their next bout, congratulations, you're in the lead if they don't win their next bout by finish. So that's one of those whatever areas. It was a pretty snoozy card. Shane Burgos made his debut. He lost. It was no surprise. That Aubin Mercier guy who used to fight in the UFC, who's also a champ, he won, retained. I mean, you're not competing for your belt, but overall, kind of an card. Not much to hoot or holler about.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. Shane lost. I mean, what do you say?
It was a good fight, though. He put
Yeah.
up a good attempt. That being said, we had that UFC card, UFC Kansas City. We had Max Holloway taking on Arnold Allen in the main event.
Yup. Should we get into that first before we talk about the future events?
We can.
do you think?
We can go through that. I mean, I didn't really pay close attention to that card because there wasn't.
We'll
a
run
lot,
through it.
There wasn't a lot of faces on it that I was like, I have to see this. As lame as that sound, but I still watched pretty much all of them on the second monitor. I was really trying to see the Arnold Allen Max fight that had a lot of implications on it.
Now, I'm sorry we missed last week, guys, so we didn't get to read off all these fights for you, but let's run through last week's card for UFC. So we had UFC Fight Night Holloway versus Allen. Right now, these are the prelims. I'm just going to run through them real quick, name-wise. So we had a women's bantamweight bout, Jocelyn Edwards taking out Lucy Petalova. We had Gatson Bolonas taking out Aaron Phillips in the bantamweight. Another women's strawweight bout, or the first women's strawweight bout, actually. Let me correct myself. Denise Gomez taking out Bruna Brasil. Right after that, we had Daniel Zellhuber taking out Lando Venata via decision. Jillian Robertson getting a sub. Did you see that sub? She did. She had a beautiful submission on Piero Rodriguez. Very deep armbar. Shout out to Jillian Robertson. The most submissions in women's UFC history, I believe. Shout out to her. Second round finish. Right after that, speaking of finishes, we had Zach Cummings taking out Ed Herman after I don't know how many knockdowns he had. Zach Cummings taking out Mr. Ed Herman. And then we had a rare double retirement for that fight. We had Mr. Zach Cummings retire, and then we had Ed Herman retire right after.
Shout
in
out.
the same fight.
Zach Cummins fights out of Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out
Yep.
Zach Cummins.
Yep.
And then Herman, he's a dog. He's got a lot of like bouts to his name. He was like he fought. Okay, this is such a random thing, but I gained a lot of respect for him because when UFC or Zuffa bought Strikeforce way back in the day, they were still sanctioned to do one last Strikeforce event. They had a fight pull out on the Strikeforce bout, and Mr. Herman decided to be a homer for the Zuffa branch, and he stepped in to fight on a Strikeforce card. So he went down an organization. That's just how much of a badass he
Damn,
is.
what a beast.
So credit to you, Redheaded Fury, Herman.
Let's go, dude.
You're a beast. I respect both of you.
That was in the light heavyweight division. Right after that, they had a flyweight bout. Brandon Royval taking out Mateus Nikolai. Everybody was on Nikolai. Like he was the favorite.
Yep.
No, by an extensive amount. And Brandon Royval shut him out, dude. Shut him out in 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Devastated him.
I'm pretty sure our homie Jacoby has trained with Brandon Royval before. I believe
Probably.
seeing pictures with them together. I don't know if Royval's is in the same gym, but they have trained before. So a friend of a friend. Shout out Brandon Royval. He's a goon too. I love watching that guy fight. Flyweight demon, dude. He's doing the damn thing. 15-6. Right after that, feature prelim, Bill Algeo doing the damn thing against TJ Brown. Great fight. I don't know if you've seen that fight.
I don't think I did.
Great fight. Submission in the second round. 17-7 from Mr. Bill Algeo. Let's talk about this main card, though. Run through. We had Rafa Garcia taking out Clay Guida via decision.
Did you see the Clay Guida fake retirement? That
Yeah,
pissed Dana off?
I kind of get why it pissed Dana off. Like, it was kind of cheesy and dumb, bro.
It's
like,
funny.
just walk up and be like, "Happy birthday, mom," or something, or like say it in the camera, bro. Like, do something else. But I don't know. I'm not in that moment. So
I just
I've
wanted
never
to
been
comment on that.
Never been on that platform, so I don't really, know what to. Pedro Munoz getting another win against Mr. Chris Gutierrez. Decision win. Pedro looking pretty good. Then we had Ion Cutelaba taking out Tanner Bozer. Tanner Bozer going down in weight. Light heavyweight, and he ended up getting knocked out.
That was
TKO'd.
it was pretty vicious.
TKO'd by Cutelaba. Cutelaba's a beast.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Ian Cutelaba ever since the first time and second time he fought on Kalaev, because he just showed he's like, I'm not scared of you. Granted, he got knocked the fuck out. he didn't show no fear.
He didn't show fear.
He's a killer be killed fighter. And those are I root for men like that, or just fighters like that. I'm sorry.
How about that light heavyweight bout? Dustin Jacoby. He trains with our homie Jacoby. Taking out excuse me. He actually lost a decision to Azamat Mirzakhanov. I did not get to see that fight. I had to step out. 13-0 for Mr. Mirzakhanov, though. Undefeated. 18-7 for Mr. Dustin Jacoby. I would say a much-needed win for Mr. Dustin, too. But, shit happens. Got to get back on that horse, and that's exactly what he's going to do. But right after that, we had the co-main event. Edson Barbosa winding the clock back. Another first-round knockout. This time via knee. Billy Quarantillo, dude. I'm sorry you had to eat that knee. My God.
It was vicious,
It was
too.
scary.
His limbs are so long.
Edson just... Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot, dude.
He's fought
Edson's
everybody.
very dangerous.
He's fought everybody.
It just really shows how good Bryce Mitchell is, I think. That really shows
Doug Nasty.
what Bryce...
The way he neutralized
Because
him.
Billy had to have that same plan for Bryce, or that Bryce did. Shut down Edson. Edson got that knee right up the... Oh, yeah. Good fight, good co-main, good featherweight bout, good win, Mr. Edson Barbosa. Talking about legends, Max Holloway, winding back the clock too. Taking out Arnold Allen, who was 19-1, now 19-2.
First loss in the octagon.
First lost in the octagon of UFC. He was undefeated in the UFC. Max Holloway sitting at a nice and sturdy 24-7. A legend in the game. Another win on another feather in his cap. Arnold Allen is a tough customer.
So I think that, obviously, both earned brownie points in that fight for different reasons. Max being, he's just taking out another young, hungry lion that is not been there, done that yet. Max has been there, done that, and it shows. And you can't really outclass Max. The only way to beat Max is you have to be like a pound for pound great, like Volkanovski. That's like the only person that's really looked good against Max Holloway, and Dustin Poirier, who outweighed him significantly.
Yeah.
Max is just, Max is an unsung hero. He's he's possibly the greatest featherweight behind Aldo ever.
Best Hawaiian fighter in the world, I would say.
I
think he replaced BJ Penn.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
He replaced BJ, but that being said, Max is just such a dog. Like, at no point was he ever not in the driver's seat of that fight. However, I think round one, Allen looked the best against him. Dude,
he won that round.
Hear how hard those punches were winding in.
Max just has a chin.
Max.
Oh, I don't know if that's for you or... Yeah, he said, hell no. Deryk was almost offended that I said that was for him.
No,
Yeah.
but no, yeah. Allen, the reason why Allen absolutely earns brownie points from this is his second time he's been scheduled for a 25-minute fight in his UFC career. This is the first time we got to see him do 25 minutes. And so he proved he could do it. He proved all the naysayers he belongs in championship rounds. He proved that he belongs up against these like world-class competitors. Not that he hadn't done that up until that point, but when you're going up against Blessed, it's like that is just such a stylistically bad matchup for any fighter in the organization at that weight class. So to go 25 minutes with the man, look good at times, it was great. Now that last moment where Max even said it in the post-fight, he goes, "Yeah, we had our little Ricardo Lamas moment." And when they both just like pointed down and then he dropped Arnold Allen, bro, that was straight out of a movie. Like, Max is a gangster, like, simply put. I don't know who's matched up next, but I feel like an Arnold Allen Calvin Kattar fight would be wonderful. I don't know if they've even fought before, to be honest.
I don't think so.
They both have lost to Max, or like
I don't think so.
Maybe Arnold Allen versus like Brian Ortega would be fun. I'm not trying to match up everyone who's lost to Max, but when you're Blessed, it's like you pretty much have beat everybody, like cleared out the division.
Got everybody.
You know, so I don't know. That was a great bout. What's next is, I mean, it's going to be hard to take Bless out of a title shot in like a fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he gets one more. He doesn't need one more win, but he gets one more win. And do we want to see him fight Volk again? If no one can beat Max, then yes, that has to happen.
I would have to.
If no one can beat him,
we know who's going to win though.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Max looked good.
Volk is good.
Max looked good in the second fight, but Volk just looked great against the lightweight champ. Max was not capable of doing what Volk did to Makhachev.
I mean, we all argue that Volk won that fight. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like I said, I don't think Max could replicate that just based on his size and his frame, his natural body frame.
So. He couldn't go that far with Islam. No way. No way.
But I'm telling you, like, Max didn't Max beat Yair already? Hasn't that already happened?
Yes.
And Yair is fighting for the title now, deservingly so.
I think Max beat him by decision.
So, like, it's gonna be hard for me to see Max not getting a title shot in his next fight or the fight after his next.
Facts. It's great. That was a good card. Looking forward to the next. Before we get into this next UFC card, though, let's talk Bellator.
There's two cards. There's a card tonight and tomorrow.
Bellator
294 and 295.
294 tonight. 295 tomorrow. We're gonna run through 294 because a lot of these names we don't really know other than a few. So we're only talking main card happening tonight. Levon Choke Healy taking on Michael Lombardo. Danny Sabatello, welcome back, taking on Marcos Breno. We have Arlene Blencow taking on Sarah McMahon. Welcome back. Timothy Johnson taking on Soma. I think it's just Soma. And then we have Liz Carmouche. Welcome back. Taking on Deanna Bennett.
I think she's the champion.
Miss Bennett? Or no,
Liz.
Liz is the champion.
She's a huge favorite. Minus 600.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
What about Danny? Mr.
Danny
Sabatello. Mr. Sabatello.
Danny Sabatello.
You're right. Minus 440.
Minus 440. Holy shit.
So he was the runner.
How about McMahon? McMahon's favorite.
Sarah
too.
McMahon?
Yeah. I guarantee she's favorite.
Minus 198.
Oh, damn, this is
it's a close one.
This is like a straight UFC like post UFC fight.
I know, right?
Sarah
Miss
McMahon
and
Liz Carmouche.
Yeah, that's funny.
Both lost to Ronda.
I don't have the 295 card. It did not pull up on MMA Fighting. Hold on.
Is that the Saturday
But
one?
we do have one thing that did happen. We did lose the Ray Borg fight. The Ray Borg fight is not happening on Bellator 295, so we lost that fight. Let's go over who is on it, though. It's going to be Mr. Patchy Mix taking on Rayfion Stotts. That is the main event.
Bantamweight Grand Prix final. Winner take all. Rafion's the interim champ. Now, it is kind of weird that they have Sergio Pettis taking on Patricky Pitbull. Like, Pitbull's going down in weight, trying to be the first dude to secure 3 belts in an organization. That's some goat shit. Shout out Pitbull. But Sergio had to pull out of this this Grand Prix because of injury, and that's how Raffion Stotts was elevated to interim championship fight because he was the one originally fighting Sergio. Mm-hmm. So that's why he has a belt, technically. That's why this interim belt is being contested. It's always kind of weird seeing that.
They're fighting in Hawaii, too, I believe.
Both cards, I believe.
Yeah.
But this is huge, big implications. Winner gets the interim belt, the tournament belt, and $1 million purse. Well, they get their fight purse on top of the $1 million Grand Prix winnings.
That's
and
fucking
then
sick.
Yeah.
And then the winner of this has the privilege of fighting the winner of Sergio Pettis versus Pitbull. So have fun with that. But both of these dudes, Raffion Stotts, he's an absolute beast. I believe he's trained at AKA before, if I'm not mistaken, because Daniel Cormier was even referencing him on the UFC card. So Daniel Cormier knows about.
Good.
Stotts is a beast.
Yeah, he's good. He's fun to watch. Patchy Mix is fun to watch too, though.
Patchy Mix is a beast.
Watch out for Patchy Mix. Yo, he might upset Stotts.
You know who
That might
Patchy
be
Mix is
better.
dating, or I think is
Who?
dating? Tatiana Suarez.
Damn, that's fire, Mr. Patchy Mix.
Good for you, dog.
He's mixing up for Patchy.
Patchy Mix is doing good. He's actually the favorite.
Really? What?
Minus 132.
He's a his specialty
Stotts?
is the grappling department, and Patchy Mix is young. He's already had one title fight under the Bellator banner, so this is gonna be his second
I'm
attempt.
so surprised to see Rafi on an underdog. Might want to pick that up.
He's a plus 108.
Might wanna
I don't
pick
know.
him up
Stotts
at a
is-
plus.
Put
I
your
just-
money where your mouth is. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
seriously.
I love
Patchy Mix is
seeing-
good though.
Sorry, I love seeing Stotts celebrity status kind of blossom.
can't say that.
It's hard seeing like lesser organizations. It's harder for them to churn talent into superstars, and I think Stotts is like potentially one of their next guys. Will he
He's
be
up there.
well, if he beats Patchy Mix? Will he unify the belt? I have no idea, especially if it's
Right.
against Pitbull. But this dare I say that I think that's the most exciting fight this weekend in MMA.
I don't know. What about Mr. Aaron Pico back? I mean, I don't know who he's fighting though.
They're
James
feeding him a
Gonzalez.
can,
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
sure.
Yeah, James Gonzalez. Don't know who that is, but I'm sure he's gonna put up a good fight. We have Yancy Medeiros on that main card against Charlie Leary, and then we have Alimale McFarlane. Welcome
Yeah.
back in the home state against Kana Watanabe. Yeah,
Kana Watanabe.
Kana Watanabe. Watanabe.
Yeah, she's Asian, I think.
So we know
really?
who
Is that-
we know who
know
Winston's betting on.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
her.
Well, so there's
But
actually
Alima Lay is also
Alima
really
Lay is
Alima Lay McFarlane. Tell me that's not a fire name too. And Alima Lay lost
but
to
she's
Liz.
not Asian.
She lost her belt to Liz Carmouche,
She
if I'm not
did.
mistaken. So this is kind of got like
But she's in her home state,
yeah.
fighting in the home
So is
state. Not sure if it's a hometown, but
Also, Yancey's from Hawaii. Yancey trains
Yep.
with Diaz Bros.
damn, good card. Not going to go over the prelims,
No point.
but yeah, those are happening. Let's go over this UFC card, though. Let's go over this UFC card, then we'll get into boxing, and then make our parlay. How about that? Let's talk about Pavlovich Blades, but what we're going to do is we're going to start in the prelims, run through them real fast, and then get onto this main card. So, I want you to read off these odds for me, Mr. Winston. We got Brady Highstand taking on Dana Bardaguero.
We got Brady at a plus 122 and Dana minus 144.
Nice. And then we got Francis Marshall taking on William Gomes. Francis Marshall undefeated.
Yeah, Francis Marshall, we got minus 210, and then William at a good plus 176.
Keeping it. That's a featherweight bout. Right after that, we have a heavyweight bout. Muhammad Usman. You remember the name?
Yeah.
Mr. Kamaru Usman's brother.
Yep.
Taking on Junior Tafa. Junior Tafa's a tough customer, dude. This is going to be a crazy fight.
Didn't Tafa just win by knockout in
yes.
Risen?
Yes. Just knocked
And
out.
he
a homie.
he is the Tafa family, like the heavyweight.
So crazy, bro.
So if you're thinking this is not going to go the distance, Vegas agrees because it's minus 350.
Oh my God, that might be a parlay piece though.
Yeah?
That's a
true.
parlay piece right there because I could see it. I could see it's not going the distance more than that. Yeah, I agree with those odds.
It's
I
a
agree.
complete toss-up, minus 108.
Wow.
Those are going to change, obviously.
Yeah,
but
those are going to change up. How about Carol Rosa taking on Norma Dumont? What are those odds? Women's featherweight.
It's another kind of coin flip one.
Yeah, it
Not
is.
even coin flip. It's
Really?
I mean, according to my book, it's like Rosa is minus 105 and Dumont is minus 120.
yeah.
Pick them.
Yep.
How about Ronnie Yaya taking on Montel Jackson?
We got Montel Jackson, pretty heavy favorite, minus 620.
I'm surprised, man. Ronnie Yaya, 28-10. He has more wins than Montel Jackson has fights. Double. He has double the wins than Montel Jackson has fights.
Yeah, Yaya's
That's insane.
plus 460.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Will the fight go the distance?
I
No.
mean, Yaya's coming off some losses, though. That's the thing. How about Rick Glenn, a fellow Rick, taking on Christos Giagos? Giagos? I think it's Giagos.
Gallegos?
I think it's Giagos.
Glenn, we got Glenn with minus 148.
Let's go,
And then-
fellow Rick.
Gallegos plus 126.
Fellow Rick being the favorite. That's what happens. That's your prelim card.
This is like your fight, bro. Ricky
Hey.
Gallegos.
Nah, man. The fight that was supposed to happen on this bout that we lost was Song Yadong and Ricky Simone. That's what was supposed to
That
happen.
would have been such a good
Would have
fight.
been a banger. It's getting moved, I believe. Jeremiah Wells taking on Matthew Simmelsberger. And what are the odds on that one? That's a welterweight.
Minus 112 for Jeremiah. Minus 108 for Matthew.
Asmin Lucindo taking on Brogan Walker. I think Brogan's the underdog in that one.
Yeah, he's plus 270.
These are actually women. So women's flyweight bout. Shout out Brogan Walker.
That's a badass name for a chick, bro.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie.
She's 8-3.
I am not trying to fight Brogan Walker, dog.
Yo, yeah, she beat your ass, dude. Speaking of beating ass, how about Bobby Green taking on Jared Gordon? Jared Gordon getting back in after that controversial loss to Paddy Pimblett. I mean, he's fighting a tough customer. Bobby Green is just a dog.
Yeah, he's a minus 280.
Yeah.
That's the parlay
Bobby
piece.
Green to fade.
That's the parlay piece. Barbie Green.
Barbie Green.
Barbie Green. Brad Tavares taking on Bruno Silva. That's a good fight. Co-main event. Middleweight. What are we sitting at money line?
We got Bruno as the underdog, plus 136.
It's close.
Yeah.
Tavares is minus
I can
1.
see Bruno winning. He's coming off a loss, though, too.
Tavares minus 159 on my book.
Tavares, I think, is coming off of some wins right now. Let me check this out.
I've seen him fight. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good. He's fought a very long time. He actually just lost to Dricus du Plessis. That's where I seen him last. He beat Antonio Carlos Jr. and he beat Omari Akhmedov. That was in 2021, though. This is Mr. Brad's first fight of the year, taking on a tough customer, Bruno Silva. Like I said, Bruno Silva coming off of a loss. Or actually, I was wrong. Coming off of a win of Tyson Nam. I'm wrong.
Oh, wow.
Second round submission. Tyson Nam taken out by Bruno Silva. I forgot all about that fight. And the reason because he fought Alex Fajeda and fought Gerald Meerschaert, both losing those fights last year. But bringing it back with Tyson Nam and now has a fight against Mr. Brad Tavares. So let's see what happens in that co-main. What are the odds again? 100s, huh? Both
Silva at plus 136, and then Tavares at minus 168.
How about the odds on this one, though? Oops. Sergey Pavlovich taking on Curtis Blades. I don't know. I got the money on that and not going the distance for sure. But I want to say Blades is the favorite.
Blades is the favorite at minus 170.
Yeah.
So it's pretty close.
The wrestling. It's the wrestling pedigree that Mr. Blades has.
Oh, my God, bro. Will it not go the distance?
Minus 800.
Minus 800? What do you think?
Minus 2,000.
It's minus 1,000.
Ah!
Fucking wild.
We were right there.
Right in the middle.
Right there.
That's crazy.
Whew. Okay. Damn, son. I mean, yeah. That's a gimme. That's with Sergey Pavlovich coming off of I don't know how many finishes. And Curtis Blades coming off of a win too, I believe. Let me double check that. 2022 win. He's coming off of Mr. Blades coming off of 2 knockouts. One of them controversial because Tom Aspinall kind of hurt himself in the fight. Like it wasn't really a fight.
It was against
15
Dawkins.
seconds first round, but it was that Dawkins KO. 17 seconds. What happened in that fight? I forgot.
In the Chris Dawkins fight?
Yeah.
Were
Were they both injuries?
No, Dawkins just kept trying to go for takedowns, and Curtis Blades stuffed him, and so he forced him to try to stand with him, and Curtis Blades hit him with like a mean uppercut up against the cage.
Yeah, and that was 17 seconds second round.
Yeah.
So both of them coming off of some finishes.
Curtis Blades has like next title shot written all over it.
He does, but I can see Sergey knocking him out.
For
I really
sure.
can. Honestly, what's the odd on Sergey knockout?
Because he knocked out Tuivasa.
He knocked out Deryk Lewis. He knocked out. Let's go down the list.
Pavlovich,
yes.
Pavlovich, plus 170.
So we have a plus 170 finish for Sergey, and he has coming off of 3 knockouts. His last fight was okay, so let's just start with the beginning of the year of 2022. Or how about this? Yeah, 2022. Let's start with that. We have Shamil Abdurakhimov getting knocked out by Sergey Pavlovich in the first round, 4 minutes 4 and 3 seconds. That was in March. In July, we had Deryk Lewis getting knocked out by Sergey Pavlovich in the first round, 55 seconds. In December, we had Sergey Pavlovich, guess what? Knocking out Tuivasa, 54 seconds of first round. That pickup, to me, is a good odd.
Yeah.
A plus 170 when you're coming off of 3 knockouts.
Yeah.
Off some good competition. Maybe not Abdurakhimov. Maybe not him, but, you know, everybody in the UFC is a tough fight. So coming off of 3 finishes like that, you got some momentum, and I can kind of see him knocking out Curtis Blades.
It's possible.
I could see it, but you know what else I can see? Curtis Blades taking him down and TKOing him.
Yeah.
That's a minus 105.
Wow. Curtis Blades by finish, minus 105?
Yeah.
It's a good pickup too, dude. That's a good pickup. I can see Blades winning this.
I just think
I don't know who to go for.
I feel like it's not going to go the distance, but
I
I've
get
said
it.
that so many times on our parlays and gotten that wrong, thinking it was a gimme. Heavyweight's not going
Yeah,
the
but
distance.
it's a minus 1,000. You don't even
Yeah,
want that
it's
on our
5
parlay.
rounds.
True.
I think it's a.
Avoid
I
it.
wouldn't put money on it because
Hey.
like you're not really gonna win that much.
When we're speaking parlay, maybe throw Wiggins. Pick up some Wiggins points. Something. All right, let's talk parlay now. Or no, let's not talk parlay. Let's talk Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis.
So did you see the press conference yesterday?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was corny. Boxing is trying to just, like, get views. I get it. I think Ryan 10-7'd him at that press conference.
Yeah, I didn't get to see
But
all of it.
Davis isn't a wittier guy. Like, I'm not saying he's, like, he's less of a personality.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Ryan Garcia's personality, and he's going to show it. I think Garcia looked good. I thought it was weird when they were like, "Oh, are you putting up your whole fight purse?" And then I'm like, "That's a dumb bet to make."
No.
So I hope they don't do that, regardless of who wins. I'm excited though. I genuinely believe Ryan Garcia has what it takes to win this. It's just he
does.
cannot take one of those devastating hands.
He's got to get out the way.
Like I think Ryan Garcia can outbox him,
I mean,
but
Gervonta's like a minus 280 right now, I think.
Gervonta has to be the favorite.
Yeah, he's like a minus 280. It's like kind of disrespectful to Ryan, I'm not going to lie. But it's because of Gervonta's pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds on that, Winston?
For what fight?
Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia boxing
Oh,
this weekend.
I gotta pull up.
Tomorrow.
Winston was thinking about.
And it's an early start
I was
time.
thinking about my parlay.
Yeah, he's all thinking about
Yeah.
his piece. I love it. But yeah, so that's going down tomorrow.
We got
if you're watching
Davis
this live.
minus 280, Garcia plus 210.
Dude, I called that money line. Let's go. I called that money line on the dot. Minus 280, Gervonta, I see it. But the plus 210 for Ryan, that's a good pickup too. You never know what happens in a fight. Ryan is very confident. Very confident. And it kind of shows because Gervonta is making Ryan jump through hoops to even have this fight happen. So it's a hydration clause, a rematch clause, whatever else clause is in there.
Yeah.
Ryan was like, sure, do it, dude. Whatever. We don't care. We're going to win. And he's confident enough to bet his whole purse against him. So
Damn.
I'm riding with Ryan Garcia on this, even though he's a huge underdog.
Same.
Gigantic underdog. I want Ryan Garcia to win. I want him to shut out Gervonta Davis. That would be awesome. Because it's just going to propel him very, very large. This is the biggest boxing fight in modern day right now.
I think this will be.
It's been a while.
Unless Tyson Fury comes back, I don't think that there's going to be a bigger boxing match this year.
Yeah, I agree.
With as
I agree.
big of like
And
implications.
it's looking like that's not going to happen. So
Sadly.
you know, we're going to see what's happening. But I'm going to ride with Ryan Garcia on this one. I'm not going to parlay him. Hell no. Maybe pick up a little money line with a few sprinkles on him or something.
How do you guys think?
Gervonta can take out the lights.
Yeah.
for Ryan.
How do you guys think Gervonta is gonna win if he's gonna win?
He's going to win in a knockout, and
Knockout.
probably like the first.
I can
like,
see him winning
4.
by points, though. He could win by
It's
points.
minus 135 KO/TKO, and then points or decisions is plus 500.
Yeah.
He's going to win via
KOs with
finish,
that.
and I think Ryan would be the more like if I woke up and overslept the fight, and you're like, "How'd the fight go?" And they'd be like, "It went all
like-
it went all 12 rounds." I'd be like, "Did Ryan win the decision?" That's the first question I would ask.
Yeah, because Ryan's so much faster. So much faster. But can Gervonta close the distance, and can Gervonta
He's gonna be
land that hand?
He's the smaller man
He
as
can
far
put
as
you out.
size.
He
So
can put you out. That's the thing. Ryan's got to get out the way. He's got to dodge. He's got to move. He's got to stick and jab. He's got to do everything. But, he's so confident. He's confident that he's going to take out Gervonta Davis. Knock him out. So, I'm excited for this fight. This is probably the most I've been excited for a boxing fight in a very long time. I'm going to watch that shit for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pay attention to it. I can't wait. That's that. There's nothing really else for combat sports.
there's a few fight announcements that got made today and yesterday. So like
Send them.
So, Charles Oliveira versus Deryk had to be moved to June 10th because I
Yeah,
believe
I seen
Deryk
that.
suffered an injury. So, the new match taking place May 6th. This is taking place in 2 weeks. Two fighters who were not scheduled on that card entirely. The new co-main is going to be Gilbert Burns versus Bilal Muhammad. 2 weeks. That's insane.
Damn.
That's not all. 2 fight cards got announced. Main events. One's going
That's
to be
a big fight for 2 weeks.
another fight card coming up is going to be Marvin Vettori versus Jared Cannonier. Another one after that is going to be Strickland versus Magomedov.
Damn.
And then, last but not least, Dana White announced that Whitaker versus Duplessis is booked.
Ah! Really?
Winner of
You said
that, yeah, and it says winner.
Oh my god.
That's UFC 290, and the winner of that faces Izzy in Australia. Let's fucking go. Shout out Izzy for beating.
You know Whitaker's winning that fight.
Yeah, and
I think he's taking out Driscus. Driscus is too new for what Whitaker can do to him.
Whitaker just makes people hate fighting, like he says.
Fuck yeah, he does.
And
he's such a better striker in my eyes.
I think if Whitaker wins this fight, I think he could be the favorite against Izzy. Nah, I'm not.
Chill. He just knocked out Alex Fajeda.
Yeah, but
Chill.
I think he beat Izzy in the second fight. I'm not gonna change that.
I know, but Izzy also knocked him out. So he has that against him, and he beat his rival, his fucking demon. Like he has to be the favorite.
The only other combat sport footnote that I wanted to mention, that we'll talk about it more next week for sure, but how can we not mention Jake versus Nate got announced?
Oh my god. Yeah, we do have to talk about that a little bit.
Jake versus Nate.
I'm excited for that.
Nate Diaz is finally fighting Jake Paul, and I can't believe we're here talking about it.
I called it like a year ago, bro.
You did call it.
I called it.
We talked about it. We were talking about it when we first started the show. We knew.
Yeah.
Writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
These YouTubers are going and securing bags.
Right when Nate left, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Right when he left the UFC, I was
and
like,
then on top of that, this was even something that I deduced in my own head that was even trending on the internet. So, Ryan Garcia was on Impulsive, and when he was on Impulsive, they like asked him who Logan's next opponent will be, and they bleeped it out, but you could try to read his lips. Some people think Nick, but the internet seems to think it's either Nick or it's going to be Darren Till. Darren Till just left the UFC, and when they asked him, "Are you done fighting?" he says he has some other bouts to attend to. He said striking bouts. So, take my money, bro.
yo, I don't know if Logan can handle a strike from Till, but then
Probably
again,
not.
let's flip the board. I don't know if Till can. I don't know because we've seen Till got knocked out by Jorge Masvidal.
True.
I think Logan has a little bit more power than Jorge. Maybe
Think
not.
so?
Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't know how to punch like
Jake
Jorge.
Paul. Are you talking about Jake Paul or Logan Paul?
Logan's a bigger guy, so
Yeah.
he can land a shot on.
But he's so busy doing WWE.
Yeah, he's
and
doing so much other shit.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not gonna
I
be able to
agree.
train all crazy.
I agree. But that being said, where you going, Dave? Okay, homie just got here. Let's make our parlay and get the fuck out of here. Winston, go ahead and talk and pick your parlay piece.
So I haven't really decided yet, but
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Anthony Edwards over 20 points. I think he's gonna score more than 20 points.
And what team is Mr. Edwards on? Let me put this in my parlay.
Timberwolves.
Oh yeah,
I know I'm going against. Actually, we're gonna put Murray. Murray minus 280 for 20 points. So it's more risky, but I mean, if I look at Anthony Edwards versus Murray, I'm thinking Murray's gonna drop just as many points as Anthony Edwards.
Oof, I like this.
So
I'm hitting Denver Nuggets, Timberwolves. You guys have to place this bet right now for this to stand. And if not, bet it for the next game.
right,
Pick up Murray for the next game. And you said plus 20 points, right?
yes.
And we're going to pick up Jamal Murray minus 280. Got it. All right, we're going to go back to fights for my piece. Let's pick this up, pick it up. Let's see. Going to the MMA side. I'm on DraftKings. No, I'm on FanDuel this time. Oh, man. Who am I going to pick up? This is kind of hard. I don't know who to pick up. You know what? I want Bobby Green. I want Bobby Green to win. We should pick up Bobby Green. I think he's going to get it done against Jared Gordon personally, but I can see him losing too. But I'm picking up that minus 280 odd. I really think he will get it done. What's up? And then I don't know though. Maybe we should go a little bit less than that because right now 2 legs we're at minus 119. Maybe you could pick it up with your pick. Whoa, that's loud.
My pick.
So I picked up Bobby Green money line minus 280, and he picked up Jamal Murray over 20 points money line.
Yep.
Right now we're at minus 119 for a 2-leg.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Are you thinking basketball or MMA?
MMA for sure.
Got you.
Dun, dun, dun. Honestly, hadn't even considered my parlay piece before. But
Come on, Dave. Shh. I'm just kidding. You go do Bellator too, don't
that's
forget.
what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
There's a lot of Bellator fights you can bet on.
The Aaron Pico is
Oof, what is that?
disgusting odds.
Ugh.
It's not even
minus
fair.
800. Ugh.
On this,
Don't even look at
on
that.
this. He's minus 910.
They still have the Ray Borg Horiguchi fight.
How about this? The the Aaron Pico versus James Gonzalez fight, not to go the distance. That's minus 190. Is that risky?
That's pretty good. I mean, I can see him going the distance. So you never
True.
really know.
And then
I can kind of see that happening.
If not that,
Because Pico's gone the distance before. It's not like he's.
If not that, we could just do money line minus 104 Rafion Stotts over Patchy Mix. We can roll with that.
We could do that.
All right, let's roll with Stotts then.
Wow. And on my app, I have Stotts as a plus 108.
Here he's minus 104 and Patchy Mix is minus 129.
And these odds are subject to change, y'all. Again, so this parlay, you guys are going to want to bet right away if you're watching this live. Right now, we're our 3-leg plus 283. We picked up Rafion Stotts money line plus 108. We have Bobby Green money line minus 280, and then we got Jamal Murray over 20 points for minus 280. Pick it up. If you bet $5 on that, you will win 14-16. If you bet 10 on that, you're going to win 28-31. So pick that up if you guys want to. Do you guys have any notable bets that you guys want for this week? And we'll get the fuck out of here.
Nah, it's all for me.
It's all for me. How about you?
Yeah, I was like 1 point away from all of my parlay bets for NBA, bro. I was so
1
pissed.
point?
Bro. Yeah, like De'Aaron Fox dropped 24 points. I needed him to drop 25.
Fuck.
And then the game before that, I think it was DeAndre Ayton needed to drop 15 points. He dropped 14. And
What the
it was a
fuck?
multiple leg parlay, bro. Both times I was so pissed.
What
It
were
was
your
the
odds?
worst.
Do you remember your odds? A few thousand?
It was like three plus 300.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't nothing
wasn't
crazy.
crazy. Okay.
No, yeah.
Well, that has been your Sport Champs episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are watching all the time. Drop a comment if you fucking with the sports. Don't forget to check out all the new music I'm dropping in the link below. Follow me everywhere, y'all. And that has been Sport Champs.
Yep. Catch